accept where you're at, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with where you're a great trader, where you suck as a trader, where you're a great human being, and where you suck as a human being. Now, we are not always perfect. We are not black or white. We are all different shades of beingness. And then when you know your weaknesses and your strengths, from that place you can start building and start improving.
People don't understand when we talk about mindset all day long, it's a lifestyle. It is not just your life is mess, and then when you sit in your laptop and start trading, you will become like somebody else. Your entire life should be in line. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. You can't be mess outside of trading and like just everything is going wrong, and then you realize, okay, like when I sit on my laptop, I'm gonna follow my plan, I will ignore my emotion, and everything gonna be all right from there. And your relationship is mess, your work is mess, your business is mess, and everything is mess outside of that. It can't be like this. And this is why when we talk about mindset, it's a lifestyle. It is not something that, okay, I'll have the millionaire mindset when I set to trade, but then I will have like a drunk mindset when I do everything else. It doesn't work like that.
Especially when traders come home after a tough day where things didn't go so well, boss was not really nice, they had a cranky customer. They come to the trading screen and are overly eager to trade because that feels good. Finally they don't have to deal with people anymore. They can just be with a screen and they want to get this feel good feeling. And so like when someone has a craving for a beer or craving for chocolate or is super, super hungry, and then they start eating really fast. That's what we do as well with trading. So make sure that your emotional needs your emotional buckets, the silos, are filled before you go to trading, that you do something that makes you happy before you get to the trading screen. So to start off with, when you have that, completely accept where you're at. Accept where you're at and be honest with yourself. Be honest with where you're a great trader, where you suck as a trader, where you're a great human being, and where you suck as a human being. Now, we are not always perfect. We are not black or white. We are all different shades of beingness. And then when you know your weaknesses and your strengths, from that place you can start building and start improving.
And he gets into a trade, and as he gets into it, he recognizes it no longer fits his criteria. So he gets out and just thinks nothing of it. The next day, he has several traders come to him and says, David, you just missed a huge move. Man, we made a ton of money yesterday. Man, you should have stayed in there. And David's response was, no, what happened didn't fit my conditions. And if it doesn't fit my conditions, I'm out. He doesn't have a backstory, okay? He has a story of, this is the edge. This is what constitutes my edge. If it doesn't meet the conditions of my edge, I'm out. He's not waiting for the home run. He's not sitting there, I can turn this trade around. I'm just gonna get some money. None of that.
I'm discretionary, obviously, because I'm constantly in search of edge. I'm constantly in search of market inefficiencies. So, but I do it in a systematic way, right? And a lot of people don't understand that even an algo is systematic, is discretionary, because an algo will search for edge. And once it finds that edge, it will systematically exploit that edge. So the standard tip answer is that I am a discretionary trader, meaning I'm constantly looking. I spend all of my time looking for opportunity for market inefficiency. And that's what I do. But then when I find market inefficiency, I'm systematic in my application of exploitation.
Most traders are much better off going for reward at least twice their risk. And that means just patiently sitting there. And sometimes the trade will go a little your way, a little against you, a little take time. But if you patiently just rely on your stop and have a profit taking limit order. And if you're watching, as long as the trade looks reasonably good, you just sit there and just patiently wait. That's that thing I was talking about Warren Buffett. You can't make a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. You got to be patient. As a scalper, I scalp a lot. I also swing trade a lot. But as a scalper, it's an entirely different game. You can only scalp if, well, the 3 variables: risk, reward, and probability. And as a scalper, you're going for reward, right? So if you're going for a small reward, a lot of times, most of the time, the risk is greater than the reward. That tells you that your risk-reward ratio is terrible. And how can you make money if you have a terrible risk-reward ratio? Probability. You have to be able to find high probability trades, which most people cannot do. So most people should not be scalpers. If you can find high probability trades, you can do very well as a scalper.
Becoming comfortable with uncertainty, ambiguity, is just simply part of mastery. And as you learn that and you quit trying to make things happen, you learn that you have a lot more power in a different direction than you thought you had. It's quite remarkable.
The idea of having this listening always to the feedback loop. So it is not that I work with my mindset and I have my trading plan, then everything gonna go well tomorrow morning. It doesn't work like that. There is a feedback loop. So you are always want to have this scientist mindset. So I'm always experimenting. I'm always listening to what is happening. I'm always listening to the feedback. So if the feedback, I always say it like this. So you have an idea of what's your outcome is, and then you are working on your process, and then you have an outcome from your process. So then you start to compare it. Okay, here is my outcome, and here is my desired outcome. Are they same? If they are same, okay, congratulations, you got your goal. Move to the next one. If they are not, then we have to pause and say, okay, like there is something wrong here. It's either that I'm not executing the process right, so we have to check that, or it's either that the process has a flow and you have to check that. Hopefully I'm not oversimplifying it, but it is that simple. It's either the problem in you executing the process, or the process itself needs some adjustment. And this comes from the opening mindset, like being open. I made this mistake before. So I thought only before that there is only one trading plan that should work, and there is only one time frame, and everyone else who should trade something else is stupid and dumb, and it is just crazy, and you shouldn't do that. And then I realized that was just as stupid. It's like saying that I love this food and everyone should love it. Like, it's just crazy. We need to be open, like, okay, like there is something that suits every situation. Whatever your situation that you have right now, there are going to be something that's gonna work for you. You need to pick and to choose, again, what's gonna work for your lifestyle, your risk tolerance right now, your personality. And then listen to the feedback loop, and always listen to the feedback loop. This is a process. It's a non-stop. There is no, I always say this a lot. I said success needs maintenance. There is no one point that's called success. Success as a one point doesn't exist. There is no one, okay, now I have a good month, so that means I reached everything in trading, and I should start just ignore my mindset, ignore my plan, and ignore everything because I reached it. You cannot do that. Success needs maintenance. You need to keep going in the process and enhance the process.
Well, for me, I think the most important thing is what I said. You have to be happy. You have to get to a place where you're very peaceful trading. You have to find a style of trading that's compatible with your personality. And you have to be peaceful and you have to be happy. And one of the keys to that is you have to be trading the I don't care size. You have to be trading small enough so that you really don't care too much about losing. If you have a lot of money, small could be still pretty big. But if you're a person starting out with a $5,000 account, I would trade either Forex markets or the micro E-mini contracts for many months until you become consistently good as a trader. So trade small, trade very, very small, so that you're not getting stressed out and thinking about money. You want to focus on what the market is telling you, not on the money.
Work on the 5 things that I believe those are the top 5 things that you need to work on. Number 1 is your mindset. Your mindset is number 1. Whatever your goal in trading is, work on your mindset first. Work on your network. Make sure that you have, the bigger your network, the bigger your wealth. Whether you are in trading, whether you are in business, whatever like your life path gonna push you, you need to work on this. Your time, work on your time. Invest your time to learn. Invest in your skills and invest in your tools, and be emotionally and mentally prepared for risk. It's not only about the money. The money definitely will come. If you are taking care of those 5 things, the money will come, no doubt about that.